Hello, boys and girls. We are going over our vocab for Unit 4, Week 3, Reading Street. Our very first word is the word attic. Say the word attic. Good. Let's spell it. A-T-T-I-C. Attic. This right here is an attic. The attic here in the picture is used for storage. You can see it's storing some different items. There's some boxes. There's a window. It's storing things. An attic is the space in a house just below the roof and above the other rooms. It's the very top floor. So if you think about a house, right, and you have a roof, it's that part right underneath the roof. I've never even been in my attic. Here are some example sentences. The attic was filled with boxes and dust. So you can see all the boxes. A lot of people store things in their attic. Angela looked for her old toys in the attic. There's a bunch of toys. And then no one has been up in the attic for years. Sometimes people store things there and they don't go up and actually check on them for a really long time. The attic is not somewhere where people spend a lot of their time. The word is attic. So here is your question. Your question is, what is the difference between an attic and a basement? So in the picture right here, you see here's the attic right underneath the roof, the attic right here. And then here is our basement. What's the difference between an attic and a basement? Use the word attic in your sentence. Pause the video. All right, your next word is the word bored. Say the word bored. Good. Now this isn't bored like I'm so bored. This is a different type of bored. Let's spell it. B-O-A-R-D. Board. This board can be used in two different ways. One is like a whiteboard, but that's not the way we're using it, okay? This board is a little bit different. So right here in the picture, you can see this is the board of a company, okay? And a board is a council. A council means like a group of people that are working together to manage something. Okay, so it's like the head group of people, like the really important people who are helping to control how a process gets done or how something gets accomplished. A board. Say the word board. Good. Here are some example sentences. 8 men and women are on the company's board. The school board hired a new principal. Or Ethan got the board's permission to put in a new drinking fountain. Board. All of those are a group of people who are the head managers or leaders in doing something. Your question is, here's our Swan Valley School Board. What decisions does a school board make? So these are people who actually help Swan Valley schools. This is our school board. What decisions do the people on that school board make? Use the word board in your answer. Pause the video. Your next word is the word chores. Say the word chores. Great. I can tell this word is plural because there's an S at the end. Let's spell it together. C-H-O-R-E-S, chores. That ch sound at the beginning comes from that C-H. Chores are small tasks or easy jobs that you have to do regularly. So small tasks or easy jobs. These people right now are doing chores where they're washing the dishes. Here are some example sentences. I finished all of my chores. Her chores included sweeping and dusting. You can see in the picture she's dusting. Or, oops, I'm in the way. Kurt got in trouble for not doing his chores. Uh-oh, Kurt didn't listen to his family. Your question is, what chores are you expected to do every day or every week? Remember, chores are just small tasks that you are expected to do. Could be things like make your bed or put away your clean clothes or read for 20 minutes. What chores are you expected to do? Use the word chores in your answer. Pause the video. Your next word is the word customer. Say the word customer. Good. Let's spell it. C-U-S-T-O-M-E-R. Customer. This woman is a customer at the grocery store. A customer is someone who buys goods or services. It's someone who buys something. That's simple. Here are some examples. The customer paid for the shirt with cash. You can see that they're using cash money here. The customer bought light bulbs at the hardware store, so maybe at Ace or Menards. The salesperson greeted the customer at the door. So you're greeting the person, you're saying hello to the person who is coming in to buy things. Your question is, when is the last time you were a customer? What did you buy? Use the word customer in your answer. So the last time I was a customer, I was at blah, 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 and I bought blah, blah, blah. Fill in the blanks. Pause the video. Your next word is the word labeled. Say the word labeled. Great. Let's spell it. L-A-B-E-L-E-D. Labeled. You can see this has an ed ending, meaning it happened in the past. Labeled is a past tense verb. So Susan labeled her art supplies. We can see some art supplies here. Labeled just means to put or write a label on something. It means you've marked it with a tag. So you can see this picture right here has a label of a color. It says colored pencils. It has been marked with a tag. Here are some example sentences. The first one says, the kids labeled the parts of a lima bean seed. Hey, we did that in science this year. The next sentence is, Mr. Chen labeled his suitcase with his name and address. Whenever I travel, I make sure that I put a suitcase tag on my suitcase, and I label it with my name and all of my information in case it were to get lost. Or the shelves in the library are labeled to show the different kinds of books. So this part right here shows us nonfiction. Oh, the thing might be in the way. Nonfiction label. Your question is, why might you have labeled things that you brought to school or that you bring to school? So these say Darrell Johnson or Daniil Johnson. He's labeled them, also labeled with reading workshop. Why would you have labeled things that you bring to school? Pause the video. Use labeled in your answer. Your next word is the word spare. Say the word spare. Great. Let's spell it. S-P-A-R-E. Spare. The car here has a spare tire on the back. You can see it right there, nice and big. Spare means extra, so it has an extra tire on the back. Any spare books are donated to a charity. That's one example of using the word spare. So any extra books are donated to a charity. Do you have spare batteries for the electronic toy? So that means, do you have extra batteries for the electronic toy? The last example is, I have several spare pencils in case one breaks. My students use those like toothbrush holders, and they keep about 5 pencils in there so that in case one breaks, they always have a couple spare ones. Your question is, why do people keep spare sets of keys? So if you have an extra house key and you maybe keep it in one of these hideaway rocks, why would you keep that spare key? Pause the video and use spare in your answer. Our last word is the word stamps. Say the word stamps. Good. We can see here in the picture that this envelope has several stamps on it. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. Stamps are just small pieces of paper that have kind of a sticky glue on the back of them, and they're postage stickers. So when you send a letter to someone, it's that sticky piece of paper with the glue on the back that you have to put on it to be able to mail the letter. So Leon put stamps on all of the letters. Here's an example of a bunch of stamps. You have to put stamps on letters if you're going to send them through the mail. The new stamps had a picture of an ox on them. So this is actually at the post office. You can pre-order it. It hasn't come out yet. It's because of the year of the ox. And the last sentence is, I buy stamps at the post office. So here's the post office in Saginaw. You can buy stamps there. Here's your question. Some people collect stamps. Make a list of things that people collect. Start your list with the word stamps. So let's list some other things that people collect other than just stamps. When you're done, you may click out of here and go on to your next activity. Have a good week.